Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas standing here with Roy Big Country Nelson at Bellator 106, where your teammate fought Emanuel Newton. I know it didn't go his way. How did you see the fight?
I had the same. I had 1, 4, and 5. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think. It was too close for, because Mo's a way better fighter than that. So to me, it was too close. It should have been, 5. He could have been. It should have been 50 to 45. So for me, I'm disappointed, but it's just a rebuilding thing. It's like Mo will never make the same mistakes again, and that's all that matters. Because he didn't get knocked out the same way. So
yeah.
It's always a learning process, and you gotta have two fights or two fighters to fight, to make it worth the while. I mean, you got that Eddie and Chandler. You got two guys that are fighting, where one guy doesn't fight. So it all depends.
Looking at the fight, Emanuel used a lot of leg kicks. You being there, what was going on through your mind when you were seeing those leg kicks being landed on Mo? And do you feel that it kind of took him out of his rhythm and his ability to set maybe for some shots?
No, because they were like leg kicks. I mean, I've seen K1. Those are leg kicks. Yeah. So leg kicks are, that's just busy work.
Yeah.
And I mean, you ever had a fight with a kid? You might hit you 100 times, but then there's that one time you lay the smack down, and then that's the end of the fight. So there's a difference between old school fighters and the new school breed of fighters, and it's just hats off to Newton for having the judges see it his way.
That's a common argument in combat sports. The point fighting, volume punching, or the guy that lands the bigger shots. We've seen it. It creates a lot of controversy. Do you feel that was the case here tonight? That he threw shots, but it was really just busy shots and not really the big effective shots.
It's like amateur boxing.
Yeah.
Or the old karate points, point fighting. And then what separates amateur boxing from regular boxing is you might outpoint me, but I'm gonna knock your block off, and usually that's where knockouts come into play. It's like it wasn't like, oh, you hit me 12 times. And then in a pro version, it's you hit me 12 times, I hit you once.
Yeah.
And that's the fight. That's our old school MMA was like everybody was a fighter, and that's why we had then there's kind of like the no rules or no time limit. It would be like, if you don't knock me out in 30 minutes, then it was a tie.
Then, yeah, it's a draw, yeah. How are you feeling? I know you fought Daniel Cormier. It was a tough fight for you. Talk to me, how do you feel, and how do you want to bounce back from that fight?
Just, always back to the drawing board, but that was the same thing. It didn't feel like it was a fight. It was just a good sparring match.
That's how you felt about the fight?
Yeah, I was back in the gym on Monday. So.
Yeah? Okay, all right. And talk to me about Jeff, not being really around because of what happened.
Jeff, not being there, it was a crappy camp, but...
Was that one of the reasons why? Because Jeff was missing?
No, I can't, it just... I just, got outpointed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing against what I... It's just nothing against... Daniel, excellent game plan.
Yeah.
Played it to the T, and I just wish I had 2 more rounds.
Yeah,
and that's about it. But Daniel won that night, and he was a better guy. And, I'd definitely like to do a rematch. I'd fight anybody that I've ever lost.
Yeah.
Again.
How do you see him moving down to 205 now and really competing with the guys there?
I don't really care unless he's fighting me.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with Daniel.
Yeah. Well, Roy, it didn't go your way, your camp's way here tonight, but we thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Here with Roy Big Country Nelson, Marcos Villegas, Fight Up TV.